Yes, you're automatically muted. I cannot hear you. Hey, Janice. Okay, everybody, let's get started. All right, everybody, it's that time for support, weight loss, wellness. We're going to talk about activating our inner blowtorch. Sorry we're getting a late start. Hope everybody's had a great week. I hope you've made progress on your weight loss journey. Carpe diem, seize the day, seize every day, because you're not promised tomorrow. All you have is today. So make the most of it. And if you desire to lose weight, losing weight can be fun. I did hear from Sasha today that I have been fired from my old job. That's the bad news. I got fired today. A lot of people don't realize I work for her. She owns the company and she fired me. She does that frequently, by the way. But she did give me another position. She has, yes, it's true, Kristen, she fired me. So that's why I look sad right now and I don't look very happy. I got fired. She did say that I could go on and fulfill my job duties for another day or two, but she was firing me. Yep, she did. Fired me. She got tired of it. Got tired of me. Don't blame her. Most people do pretty quickly. But she did say that I could have a position, and it was going to be more than the title of founder and chief operating butthole. It was going to be, I had to be the CEO, the Chief Enthusiasm Officer. So it's very soon I will fulfill my new job duty and step into the Chief Enthusiasm Officer position. And she's informed me that my job is to be the Chief Enthusiasm Operator Officer, if you will, and keep people enthusiastic. But she has also said that I need to quit patronizing people who live in darkness, who come to the class and are full of excuses without any desire to change that. And I said, I love all people though. I love everybody. And unfortunately, about 50% of our folks, they're operating in dark places, babe. They're operating from a standpoint of depression, and they have these excuses like, I don't have enough money to do this thing. I don't have enough time for y'all to help me, but I want your help anyway. That appointment that I had that was one-on-one was 15 minutes, and I only had 30 seconds for you to download the information. You took too much of my time. It just, healthy products cost too much. I'd rather invest my money in the Doritos. And, I have thyroid issues which disallow me from losing weight. Thyroid that's a real problem, but at the same time, it doesn't stop one from losing weight. And then it goes on and on and on. And she said, I know that you love those people, but let me tell you what they do. They bring more of those same types of people in. And then we're all operating in a dark place, and then it begins to infiltrate the hearts and the minds of those who are wanting to operate in the light. And I said, well, what do you want me to do about that? She said, you're fired. You're no longer going to be the Chief Compassion Officer and the Chief Empathy Officer. There's other programs for those folks. She said, you're going to be the Chief Enthusiasm Officer, and you're going to share the light and the love of Jesus, and you're going to share the personal responsibility that one has and their ability to change. You're going to help them believe in themselves. You're the Chief Enthusiasm Officer. And you must not entertain anyone that we're going to have. I said, could we do this? Could we have this, babe? Could we do this? Those people that really are just there to wreak havoc, I get it. They are committed to their ways of sitting on the pity potty and getting emotional hemorrhoids. But I still love them and I still believe them. Could we do this? Could we give them a 3 strikes and out policy? And she said 2 strikes. I said, okay, tougher than baseball. But listen, we all go through time. We go through crises. Look, you're wanting to accomplish a lot of things. I'm wanting to accomplish a lot of things. And life has a way of throwing obstacles at you every day, all day. I get it. And those are oftentimes things that you have no control over. You don't have any control over of the crap that happened with your daughter last night. I get it. You don't have any control over the supply chain issues that your company's having that you work for and that you're not getting as many hours as you need to pay the bills. You have no control over that stuff. And you get so hyper fixated on what you can't control instead of getting hyper fixated on what you can control And what will change your life for the better? Oh, that would be Shibboleth. And yes, that's right. It is. Because if you're dealing with the self-inflicted injury of obesity and the unintended consequences that come with it, the best thing that you can do and have control of to improve your life is Shibboleth, the most fun weight loss program. It is. It's the most fun program. You tell me about a program, a lifestyle that's more fun than this. If you got to lose weight, you might as well be doing it in the most fun way. So you can control this. And not only will it improve how you feel about yourself and how comfortable you are in your own skin and improve health conditions, it also improves every other area of your life. Watch this. I guarantee you, and I'm just on the fly here, I guarantee you, let's say that you're angry with your husband. Let's say that has anybody ever got angry with their husband to the point you start playing snapped episodes in your brain? Has anybody done that? You start playing the snapped episodes in your brain. You're like, sometimes I understand why those chicks did that. Anybody? Yeah. Get so mad. Right. So watch this. Are you better able to navigate your rage and anger with your husband in a body that's unhealthy, that you don't feel good about yourself in? Or would you be able to navigate that time of anger and frustration with a spouse if you're in a body that you felt good about, felt good in? See, it enhances every area of your life. Watch this. Let's say that you're going through a tough time. You got laid off from work. Could you get through that with less depression if you were healthy and lean and felt good about yourself versus being overweight, not feeling good, that being just one more stinky area of your life? Think about it. What about the vacation that you might take this summer? Would you enjoy the vacation to the beach better in a body that's 100 pounds overweight or in a body that's 5 pounds underweight? Which one would you enjoy that good time more with? So why wouldn't I know that I'm right? If I'm not right, as your chief enthusiasm officer, I would suggest if you really can't get on board with what I just said, Sasha, probably don't blame it on me because I would never do that. I'm a sweetie pie. But that Sasha, I got a feeling she'd fire you as a customer. Hey, let me ask you this. Sasha and I got in a big argument this morning about firing customers. Let me ask y'all, I said, you should never fire a customer. You should never give up on anyone for any reason. And she said, you're wrong. Sometimes you should fire them. Sometimes they're hurting. She said, you look at it like you're giving up on that person, but what you're really doing is giving up on the ones that really want to go hard and get this done by patronizing those babies. Do y'all agree with me or Sasha? I want to know the truth. Let's take a poll. Sometimes you're hurting the very people trying to do good by leaving other vampires around. I told you she's mean. Y'all agree with Sasha? You know, I'm like a good lawyer. Never ask a question that you don't already know the answer. Oh, one person agrees with me, so Vicky agrees. So the truth is, Sasha's right. Sasha's right. All it takes is one bad apple to rotten the entire barrel. I see it this way, though. It's not the person that's rotten, it's the thoughts. Do y'all see? It's not the person. It's not the person that's bad. It's the ideology, the philosophies, the thoughts, the way of thinking. That's what we've got to cut off at the root. We've got to get that out of here, okay? We got to get that out of here. We need can-do attitude. Can-do, not can't-do. We need focus on what you can have, not on what you cannot have. We need that attitude. Not focus on everything you can't have, you know? So let's get fired up. Let's find some enthusiasm today. By the way, did you know what the Bible, what the word enthusiasm means? If you do the translation, it means spirit. Let's get the spirit. Let's be cheerleaders unto one another. Let's cheerlead each other. It's okay to say, hey, I'm struggling. I know listen, there's a big difference. I'm struggling and I've given up. Sometimes I feel that. But does it ever help me? It never helps. That's not powerful. What about this? What about being honest? Real honesty. I'm struggling, but I'm coming up and out of this. This is something that's really going to propel me in the future. I'm going through a little valley, but I know with the help of the Lord and the Shibboleth family, I'm coming up and out of it. See, that's the difference. Both statements may be true, but when we put a positive, bright side stance on it, we'll come up and out of that miry clay that we've gotten stuck in. Are y'all with me? I'm going to leave you this. A friend of ours this morning, we were having one of our meetings, and they're a consultant, and they said, the last thing people need is to feel that they need to lose weight, but they're going to be giving up everything that they love, and that weight loss in this program is going to be hard. They're literally making their bed on the earth. They're making it in hell. They're going on and living in a type of hell right here on earth with all of the, death by 1,000 cut every day, talking themselves out of doing Shibboleth and talking themselves into FOMO and eating the things they shouldn't and letting the sugar and starch cause the fat bus, and the fat bus run over the mitochondria, destroy your cellular energy. I mean, that's happening, y'all. Every day that you say, that I'm having a blow it day. By the way, y'all, do y'all know the difference between a holiday and a blow it day on the Shibboleth program? Some of you may not. We have terminology. We make all these analogies. Do y'all know the difference between a holiday and a blow it day? Holiday and a blow it. A holiday, how many holidays can y'all have in 1 month and still lose weight? Yeah, you should never have a holiday and feel helpless or angry or frustrated. You are allowed 6 holidays a month. How many of you after a holiday have beaten yourself up? You've really gotten down on yourself and dreaded getting back on the program because now you got to spend 2 days getting back into EFB. So holidays, you should never feel that way. When you're trying to lose weight, you get 6 holidays a month to eat whatever you want. I don't care if it's one little challah meal or one holiday. If you so much as lick the cheese dust off a dirty Dorito, that's a holiday. I don't care if it's a lick or after the lick goes the crunch, and after the crunch goes the whole bag. That's one holiday. And you should not feel bad about it. You're allowed that. And then you should have enthusiasm, knowing that you, as a Shibboleth member, a member of the Most Fun Weight Loss Program, you know exactly tomorrow how to activate your blowtorch. And in fact, not only do you know how to activate your blowtorch, you know how to hit the turbo button. If you don't know how to hit the turbo button, you need to come at me today and let me show you how to hit the turbo button. See, you should never have a down moment with Shibboleth. See that behind that logo on here? That represents the most fun. Why is it Shibboleth? Why do we say it's a secret? Because the secret is losing weight was never hard. It just takes faith, a little education, a little know-how, and then just to eat the great tasting food and watch the body fat melt off the body like taking a blowtorch to butter, okay? So it's easy, it's fun, you got to get the right attitude, you're allowed holidays. Now, if I get 6 holidays in a month, we don't talk about the mathematics. Maybe if I talked about the mathematics of it and the science of it, y'all believe me more, but then you wouldn't stay around for class. Y'all only stay around for class. The ones of you that do, y'all only do it because sometimes I make a fool out of myself and I got snot running out my nose and I got foam in the corner of my mouth acting like a rabid dog, and y'all just want to see me make a fool of myself. So I talk about blowtorching and turbo buttons and all that stuff. But there's science behind this. Science. In a month, y'all want to lose weight. Listen, watch this. Have you ever heard me say that the scales lie to you if you look at them even when they show a loss, they're lying. If you look at them once a week, they tell a little bit more of the truth, but they never lie if you look at them month over month. Those of you that actually engage with the program enthusiastically, y'all know when I say weekly timing chart, what I'm talking about. That weekly timing chart, it shows you visually how much time, worst case scenario, if you've been truthful in your journal, worst case scenario, it tells you how much time you spent in efficient fat burning status. I didn't just pull 6 days out of the month. I looked at a calendar. I said, look, if I'm trying to lose weight and I want to make sure that I lose body fat month over month, how much time do I need to really spend in efficient fat burning? How many holidays would I be allowed so that I could lose 10 to 15 pounds every month? How many? And 6. 6 is the number. And ironically, in the Bible, 6 is the number of a human being, the number of man. So we get 6 holidays a month. Then there's no shame in that as long as you get back on the program. And why wouldn't you? It's the most fun weight loss program. Now listen, once we get into maintenance, how many holidays can we have? Not that you would or should take them all, but you get 12. Easy to remember. It's the same number, just like the 12 disciples, right? So you get 12 in maintenance. That's something to fight for. You should never feel bad after a long weekend when you're in maintenance of enjoying yourself and then getting right back to the fun of the program on Monday. It's a beautiful lifestyle. Now, Janice earlier was right. Janice Turner, she said she's been around a while and she knows that after, the Bible says to buffet your flesh. It does not say to buffet. It says you got to be tough with yourself. Love yourself. And if you love yourself, you will be tough with yourself. So if we're trying to lose weight and we have more than 6 holidays in a month, are we really trying, y'all? Be honest now. Find your inner Jack. I'm going to help all y'all find your inner Jack next month. Find your inner Jack. Are you really trying? If you're trying to lose weight, you have more than 6 holidays a month? Heck no. Don't give me that mess. I tried so hard. Bullshito. Bullshito. Now, I did not say bull beef. I said bullshito. Hey, that's the samurai term for bull beef. You're not being honest with yourself. Now, if you're in maintenance and you have more than 12 holidays, are you trying? Are you living the lifestyle? That's like saying, that I don't have sin in my life if I'm getting drunk every single day. Just because I go out this weekend and have a glass of wine does not make me an awful sinner. If I go out and have 1 to 2 glasses of wine, I know everybody feels different about that. I'm trying to make a comparison. But if I were getting drunk every day, I would have a lifestyle of alcoholism, right? If I were to go out with my wife tonight and I have 2 glasses of wine and I get a little silly, and let's say, oh Lord, I sound like I'm speaking from experience. In the bar, I'm not. In the bar, I'm not. And the bartender knows me, and I'm not paying attention, and they pour me a couple of more without me realizing, and I feel pretty tipsy. And my wife says, you've had 4. He keeps refilling that thing. Oh no. Does that mean that I'm an awful sinner? And if you believe that I am, and that puts me in hell, then you shouldn't be a part of this program. We don't believe in that kind of stuff around. You take that judgment somewhere else. However, if I start doing that every night, if I'm hanging out at the bar, I'm hurting myself, hurting my family, and I'm drunk every night, now I have a lifestyle of alcoholism. Listen, if you're eating what you want to, when you want to, as much as you want to, as often as you want to, and you have health consequences already because of that, you have a lifestyle of gluttony. I hit the table too hard. Are y'all with me? So what we've done is give you a system where we can help alleviate. How many of you've had a holiday and felt guilty? You've literally felt guilt for no reason. You just had one holiday. That's just called enjoying life, my friend. That's called living. That's okay. And then you get that guilt and regret, and what happens? Very soon, you're saying, I give up. I can't do it. You have set yourself up for failure. Now, we have a system where holidays. Now, if you go over those holidays, we got to look at things a little different. Miss Janice Turner was right. What do we call those days? Blow it. You blowed it, sister. You blowed it. Now, when you have a blow it day, we say call for a May Day. That's right. We offer free mentoring. We offer classes every day to help you. And why do we say if you have a blow it day, we didn't say, ooh, you bad person. We said, it's okay. We've all been there. We do it too. Just call for a May Day. What happens if y'all ever had a kid who's fallen off tough times and they quit coming to church, and then you try to get them to come back to church and they say, I'll come back when I get my life. Have you ever had anybody in your family, maybe a kid, someone that you want them to come to church, and maybe they're living with somebody unmarried, or maybe they're on drugs or whatever it is, and they're like, when I get my life cleaned up, I'll come back to church. I'm afraid that's what too many of the churches have become. I've always seen church as a hospital for weak people like me, and that I'm surrounded by other weak people like me who aren't going to judge me lest they be judged themselves. And we can all get back in that, hey, let's be enthusiastic. We've fallen off in a little pit here, hate it when that happens, but we're going to get up and we're going to climb back up together, So Shibboleth is built around that idea. Don't run away when you've had a few holidays, Brother Charles. Don't run away. This is not a program for perfect people. But Travis, even the very days are labeled perfect. Yes, because the Bible says, be thou perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. In other words, You have the potential every day to aim high, shoot for it. You can do all things in Christ. But if you miss the mark, there's grace, and his grace is abundant and more than sufficient. Therefore, ours at Shibboleth will be too. But we can't keep allowing constant, deep dive negativity, darkness, people that want to live in hell. Have y'all ever met anybody that wants to live in hell? I do every day. They've made their bed in hell and they have no desire. It becomes real apparent. They have no desire to get up out of hell and enter into heaven. Travis, I'm looking forward to my heavenly home. Some of us won't enjoy it. You know why? Because when we get a little taste of heaven here, and we can walk in heavenly places here together. We don't even enjoy that. Look at what we've got to gain here in this earthly realm. We can walk in heavenly places together. When I was at over 300 pounds and on all those prescription medications, was I making my bed in hell or was I walking in a heavenly place? Made my bed in hell. Y'all, listen, that first time where I'd lost all my weight, had gotten in a little better physical condition, we went to the beach for the first time. And I thought about, I ain't never felt comfortable with my shirt off on the beach. I thought about how proud I was of myself, and I stood up, my wife watching, and I peeled my shirt off, threw it down. It was like I was a woman in one of them commercials. Y'all remember that Cindy Crawford commercial, the Pepsi commercial? I bet Charles does. Y'all remember that? That's how I felt. I felt like Cindy Crawford in that Pepsi commercial. I felt like I had a head full of hair, and I just took my shirt off, and I wasn't 300 pounds no more, girl. And my wife said, "Ooh, you need to put your shirt back on." Oh my goodness, if that ain't walking in a heavenly place, being confident and proud of yourself, thanking God for it, that he give you the wisdom to get it done, and your wife loves you. I mean, it's awesome. Proud of it. Why aren't we coming to class? Why aren't we jumping up out of the bed every day and the old devil saying, "Uh-oh, she's up," Why aren't we getting fired up and excited and just eating our grilled cheese sandwiches that are approved and going out to the restaurants and ordering right and go to the Mexican restaurant? Who needs them? I don't need them chips. I've brought mine in with me in my survival kit. Better have them, not need them, than need them, not have them. And then you eat your good chips while they're eating them old devil chips. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Lot of fun. All right, let's turn this thing over to Q&A for a few minutes. Questions and answers to the best of my ability. Please click the Q&A button. Joni and Tammy will try to help answer them in the thread. I'll answer any private ones you send my way. Got one says, "I'm looking forward to learning all this information. Got to get you started in the fast track." Beautiful, beautiful. It's not just me yelling at you and talking about diet devils, blow torches, and stuff like that. There's some real efficacy to our program. Try to make it as fun as we can. What you want to do when you log into the website is go to dashboard, and then you want to go to the fast track dashboard. That's where beginners should start. Each lap is carefully put together by Sasha and Kim Dank to help you go through the program in the right order. All you got to do is go through those 7 laps and do what they tell you to do. Go through the 7 laps doing exactly what they tell you to do. Everything you need is right here. If you're new, everything you need is right here. And what? You just simply lap 1. And when you hover, it even tells you more. Print and keep this with you for food and meal. You're installing a new lifestyle, like the Matrix movie. If you've ever seen that, when they get down, they get all the kung fu gets plugged in them. I'm giving you nutritional kung fu that will change your life. Not just change it, but maybe even save it. So you go through those laps, and that's our way of matrixing you and installing into you the foundational program. And then once you master that, we can move forward and begin to personalize your journey for you. By that time, when you go through Fast Track and start using it, you've lost 10% of your body weight, and then we can start working on the personalized aspects of it. Check this out right here. So far, 2,680 men have earned their Fast Track badge. 40,412 women have earned their Fast Track badge. Believe it or not, out of the people that's joined our program, That's less than 10% of the people. What if I could get 80% of our people to go through Fast Track? What would change in their lives? What would change, folks? All right, looking at Q&A. I lost Kim Dankey's lap videos. They should be there. If they're not, ask Tammy for some help. They're easy to find. You log in, click dashboard, and you have multiple dashboards depending on your level of access. Kelly, I do know that you have all that access. So just click Fast Track and you're there. Private comment question. First week of next month, we're going on a cruise. Any tips and tricks for eating cruise food and not using every holiday? I like that you said you are going to have some holiday. You should enjoy that cruise. You've got plenty of time to come back from that cruise, lose the weight that you put on from the cruise, and then continue on losing fat. If you pay attention to your weekly timing chart each month, each year, that shows you the time you have in efficient fat burning. Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, the National Football Championship, a UFC fight, a dance, a birthday, an anniversary. That's not a cruise. That's not what causes us problems. It's all those other days when we're just doing okay. It's not your hog trough days. It's not your hog trough days that get you in trouble. It's all those lukewarm days. Around here with Shibboleth, it's you do it right or you don't. There's no in between. And if you have enough perfect days during the year, you're going to lose all the weight you ever want to lose, and you're going to keep it off. So enjoy the cruise. Now, last cruise that we went on 3 years ago, I came back and I had lost weight. And how I did it, I don't know many people that would do it, because they, in their mind, well, we're paying for the cruise, I'm going to eat all I can eat. All I can eat. So I only had like 3 holidays. I'd like have a holiday where we use the buffet and all that stuff. But the other days, like days in between, to get any weight off, and I just didn't feel good. It wasn't about the weight. I just don't feel good after all that food. So what I did is I drank my Diet Cokes all day on the ship, and then I'd go to dinner and I'd have an unbattered piece of meat and a veggie, no dessert. And I did that like 4 days of the 7-day cruise. And then 3 days, I let my hair down and I tore the buffet up, eat 4, 5, 6 desserts. I come back from that cruise having had lost weight. Now, I did take my Cheaters Relief with me, Advocare Fibotrain and Advocare Carbes Plus. I always have that with me before my holiday meals so that I can better control insulin and more quickly theoretically get back into efficient fat burning mode. So I hope that you'll enjoy the cruise. Maybe consider a fasting protocol. If you don't want to consider a fasting protocol, have 2 eating episodes in a day and just make sure they're approved. And then enjoy 3 to 4 holidays if it's a 7-day cruise. Am I still going to do the journal wager? I have gotten feedback. I don't think there's enough participation the way I flippantly announced it last night. We'll probably have an orientation. I had too many emails saying that they could not afford $10. Maybe this is where the chief enthusiasm officer has to step in. But we need a little more support just because of how much that cost us internally to do for everybody. We need more support for the journal challenge than it appears that I would have. A lot of people just said that they wanted to do the journal challenge, but they didn't want to do the wager. So Anonymous, let me think about it. I do think there's something there. I think that journal idea would help. I think it would be very educational to have me post my journal every day, and I might get other people to realize it doesn't take that long. And in me doing a video on what I eat and talking about combinations, I think it could help. But I did a Travis last night without talking to my team. And I put a lot of work on them when I had a lot of people like, oh, I want to do 25. I want to do 100. I want to do 5. I can't afford that. I can't believe that y'all would take money for something like that. I had it all over the gamut last night. So let me rethink it. I did a Travisism. You know, I did that Travis thing where I'm like, that's a good idea. Let me mention it before I mention it to the team. Not real smart. Jay, how do you do this? I just demonstrated that, okay? You start with your Fast Track. Let me know if you don't know how to get to Fast Track. Once you sign up, you have access to Fast Track. Let me show you again how to get there. You go right into the website, myshibboleth.com. Go to myshibboleth.com, click dashboard. This is your first step. This is a lifestyle. It's a journey. Your first step is Fast Track. You click the Fast Track button. And then these laps tell you exactly what to do, even tell you if you don't like this, get a mentor appointment. Here's how you get a mentor. So we've left no stone unturned for all reasonable people. You just have to use the system. And it starts with Fast Track. Hope that helps. Did I record the challenge information yesterday? I record every session. Miss Jackie, all you got, sorry, I mentioned your name. That was anonymous. I'm sorry. All you got to do is ask Tammy or Joni to help you find that video. Here's the thing. If I do a nighttime video, when I do the nighttime stuff, and we did meal planning last night, the team, most of the team is either off or about to take off. So the next day they start downloading the video that I recorded and they begin the processing. It's usually the next day in the afternoon when that video is ready for our client's review, who could not be. Thank you, Jean. Catherine Griggs, come on back. I see your comment. Nobody else can see it but me. It's in the main thread. I'm so sorry that you've been through that. Prayers for you. We love you in the Lord. Come on back. Let us love on you, support you. Let us provide the enthusiasm you need to do it. You got to do it anyway, even though you're going through hard times. You got to do it anyway. But by us surrounding you and cheerleading you, it makes that journey a little easier. Your motivation and enthusiasm will always come back. Watch this, everybody. This is a life mastery. I know this is going to resonate with you. It took me years. I knew this, but it took me years to apply it. Let's look at the cycle of weight loss and how vicious it is. Is everybody ready? Y'all, I hate to toot my own horn. I'm not an expert on changing the oil in your car, but I'm an expert at behavior modification for everyday people. I'm not talking about highfalutin, egotistical, rich folk. I'm talking about regular, everyday people who really want to do better and want to achieve. And I've been through that. I'm your average guy. I'm not below average. I'm not above average. I'm your average guy. And I figured out how to achieve more. And it all starts with my health, with my physical and mental health. And weight loss, until you get this, it's a vicious cycle. Now what? So we wake up one day, we look in the mirror. Okay, here we are. We look in the mirror. We're not happy with what we see. We're not happy. We're disgusted with ourselves. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. We find a program, whatever it is, and it sounds right to us. We get excited. The new car smells on it. We start losing weight very rapidly if we're doing it right and we even have a pulse. We start losing the weight rapidly. Water weight, sugar weight, don't care about that, but because it's still weight, but in the beginning it's moving fast. Then if you keep your pulse, you keep your weight keeps coming off, and then something happens down here. Either we get complacent because the pain isn't as significant, or something like what happened to Catherine happens, and we hit a valley, we hit a low point, and now we just don't care. Life is just, in our mind and heart, life is just too hard. We're hyper fixated on the problems. We go back to our old eating behaviors because we don't feel like doing the program. And then we wind up right back up here. And then at some point, months or a year later, we say, I'm ready again. And then the whole vicious cycle starts over. Has anybody seen their life look like this? And we do it over and over again. This is the definition of insanity. Some of you say, I'm not good at losing weight. I can't lose weight, but y'all are better than people who have never had a weight problem or lost 10 pounds and kept it off, because you've lost thousands of pounds in your life because you keep making the same error in judgment, okay? So it's supposed to work like this. This changed my life. I started and I was highly motivated, and boom, I lost weight fast. Then it slowed down, but I was still losing. But then I hit a wall. I hit a mental wall where I wanted to just quit. And the progress, because I'm not highly motivated, the progress ends up being very minuscule, very slow, sometimes not at all. But I knew that if I just kept going, if I didn't grow weary in well-doing, and I did it even on the days I didn't want to do it, I stuck to the shield, that what would happen is that all of a sudden that want to would come back, and then I could fly again. Boom. This is the journey, not the chase your tail journey. It's not this time. This time right here, when you're excited, this isn't, you get a lot done, but it isn't that, it's not the character building. This right here, when your heart's small, when you're not feeling it, and you keep on, knowing that the Spirit of God is going to come back. Your hair, like Samson's hair, is going to grow back. But during this time, You didn't waste all of your progress over and over again. Your desire, your feeling to do this will always come back. It's in those critical moments when you feel like giving up. If you just hold on, Spirit's coming. It's coming back. Can't grow weary in well doing. Okay? We all have saboteurs in our life, all of it. And we have to look at it different. They don't owe us anything. Don't blame everyone here. Never blame your lack of achievement on a saboteur. It's not their fault. It's your fault. You have to own it. Is that harsh? Yes. I have some challenges right now. There are people I could blame a little bit of it on, but would it do me any good? I have to own it as though it's 100% my issue, okay? And you've got to do the same thing with weight loss. No such thing as a saboteur. Is there a such thing as a saboteur? Yes, but I can't think like that. It doesn't help. It does not help, okay? I have to think thought that help me move forward. And if I say, my wife's against, my employees are against, my kids are against, they're probably not. It's probably all in my head. But what if they are? Is it going to help me get to where I want to go? No. Sometimes, anybody live in the country? You've lived in the country and y'all know what briars are? You got them cuckleburrs. You know, there are times there's no good trail and you just have to do this through the cuckleburrs and the briars, and you just have to and you get cut up a little bit. You'll find the treasure. The Bible says that once we find the treasure that's hidden in the field, or the pearl of great price, we'll sell everything. You are that pearl. Did y'all know that? A lot of people say, no, I see that. You might interpret it different. That's fine with me. But I was reading one day, and it says, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in the field, a pearl of great price. And I really got to examining that. What is heaven? What is the kingdom of heaven? Who's there? God, the husband, the wife, the bride. And in God's eyes, who's the pearl of great price? Through the eyes of God, his beautiful bride. So when you find yourself, when you see who you're truly meant to be, see that as a treasure, as though you're a pearl, and sell out everything else. Don't let any excuse bother you, any saboteur bother you. You do this, you bundle up, and you just push through them briars, and before you know it, you will have accomplished something that most people never will. Because as soon as they get to the cuckleburrs, they turn around and leave. Chicken. And by the way, when people see you do that, and you come out victorious, now fulfilled the Great Commission, because other people will be inspired to do what anybody else. Any other thing before we go today? That's right, Pam. Faith it until you make it. Don't fake it. Faith it. Faith it until you make it. That's right, sis. So Sasha fired me. We'll close out this with that. Sasha fired me. I'm no longer allowed to do certain things in the company. She says that I must be the chief enthusiasm officer. I hope y'all will allow that. Yeah, happy juice is better on an empty stomach. Happy juice. You may be a non-responder. I've met very few non-responders. Happy juice is better on an empty. No, Lisa, I'm not on today because that is a separate lesson. The partner lesson is a unique lesson that takes me time to vet out. So I won't be able to do that every day as much as I want to. It wouldn't be of value. It would be more us just talking. So each week, the first 3 weeks of each month, because I have to take time to go travel and do things that I need to do for the business. The first 3 weeks of each month, every Thursday at noon, I host a deep dive nutrition lesson exclusively for our partner. Awesome, Lindsay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm about to go have a happy juice myself. Why can I not get on the partner deep dive? I'm sorry if you weren't able to, Sandra. We'd love to have you in those sessions. They just started yesterday at noon. Tammy, will you take down Sandra's name and reach out to her? They get VIP support. Will you reach out to Sandra and make sure she knows how to access the recording from yesterday and for the future, knows how to get in those classes? And Sandra, I don't know if you'll allow me to text you, but I also text everyone when I'm going live. And then you just click the Zoom link and you're in. So hopefully Tammy heard that and she can reach out to you. You guys are making a way for us to do what we do as reoccurring partners, and we so appreciate you. Don't ever feel left out. It's unintentional. Let me know. We'll get same thing for Sherry. Anyone else before we go? And also Karen. Yesterday, do I have any partners that are here that went through yesterday's lesson? Did y'all enjoy it? I hope so. Let other people know about it. Yeah, and Jay Young wants somebody to reach out. Jay, can you tell us what you need us to reach out to you for? Is it about the part? We have different people for different things. Is it for the partnership, or do you need help with Fast Track? We did a lesson yesterday, Sandra, on cholesterol. Everything that you want to know about cholesterol as it relates to, well, Tammy will have to check on that, Kristen, Sandra, but she'll get it to you. Just always check your inbox. There's nothing I can do about it. You have to check your spam folder. Don't know what Jay Young's needing, Joni, but could you reach out to Jay? I think it's probably about Fast Track or getting started. Thank you, Joni. Okay, all hearts and minds are clear. We'll just be at liberty to go. Don't forget, Monday, January the 9th I'll work on the journal challenge since I opened my big mouth. Monday night, January the 9th, our Activate Your Blowtorch Challenge starts. Make sure you reach out to us if you're having any trouble getting started with that. It's going to be a big one, and you've got to have some results from that challenge, or at least some stick-to-itiveness to get in the Jack Challenge. It's going to be a fun one in February. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming to class today. God bless.